Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the next step, step 6 in the section 10. So if we look at the requirements here for step 6, we see that what she says is, while our app works at the moment and we've adopted the gold standard model view controller design pattern, we can still improve the scalability of our code. If we were to continue building out the storyline, we would have to manage all the logic using our if-else statements, which is already getting confusing. So let's move the logic into the story struct instead. So as I explained in the supplemental section step 5 video, that I had to add an extra if statement to make sure that everything worked properly. So you can see that if that's the way we had to do it, just continue to do this, add a lot of if statements, it would be pretty dang confusing. So what she says is, head over to the README file and copy over the story strings. Replace what's currently in the stories array with the new strings. And create another 2 properties in the story struct that are called choice1 destination and choice2 destination to silence the errors in the stories array. And instead of setting the story number in the next story method, use the choice1 destination as the story number if the user chose choice 1, and do the same for choice 2. And then check against the story outline on the next page to see if your app behaves as expected. And I think when she says the next page, she means this. So I'm just going to, I think I can remember these pieces because it's pretty easy, but I'm going to copy this over into here. And I'll do that commenting process. So here I've got this note here. So I'm going to head over into the README file, and right now you can see here's the story, and choice 1 destination is another parameter in this, in the particular struct. So let's do what she says and just copy this, copy all of this. So I'm just going to copy it down to here, Command C, go over to the story brain where this is. And I'm going to just copy it like that. So now we have these 2 things, but I'm going to delete them because I just want to make sure it looks the same title, choice 1, choice 2. But now we have the choice 1 destination. So I'm going to delete this. And now we've got some complaints about extra arguments because they're talking about these pieces. So I'm just going to copy this and go over here to paste it. So I'm going to paste it here and say let choice destination, and we know that we're looking for an integer, so we'll make that be an int. And I'm just going to copy this one. I like to do a lot of copy paste because it reduces the introduction of defects by typing something incorrectly. So now we've got choice 1 destination and choice 2 destination. So now this is not reflecting it. So I'm going to use the command B for build and see if I can get rid of it. Okay, so now it's complaining that argument choice 2 must precede argument choice 1 destination. And so that's probably because of the way I pasted this. So it's expecting choice 1, choice 2, then choice 1 destination, choice 2 destination. So I need to move this to after the choice 1. And now let's see if it works. Still showing the error. Let me do a command V and see if that works. Okay, so now it's happy and it didn't build properly. So now I've got this is all working in terms of the different parameters being used in this particular array. Okay, so then let's go down here. Instead of setting the story number in the next story number, so here we're setting story number equal to a number, use the choice 1 destination as the story number if the user chooses choice 1, and do the same for choice 2. So I know I'm not going to need this anymore. So I'll get rid of the open and close curly brace. And then now I know that we still have the same logic if user choice equal to current story choice 1. But now we can say story number equal current story dot choice 1 destination. And then we'll do the same thing here. Story number equal current story dot choice 2 destination. And so I think that that'll work. So basically, like for example, this is story 0. And so we're not checking for that anymore. Get rid of that code. And now this isn't looking right. So let me go over here to the editor, structure, reindent. Get that right. Okay. So I want to see if this is going to work. So story, if current story is 0, then we're going to switch the story number to be, if they choose choice 1, then we're going to switch it to be 2. If it's choice 2, we're going to switch it to be 1. So let's test and see if that's going to work. So I'll go ahead and build and run this program. So now we have this. You can see the very first story is your car is blown a tire on a winding road in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone reception. You decide to hitchhike. A rusty pickup truck rumbles to a stop next to you. A man with a wide-brimmed hat with soulless eyes opens the passenger door for you and asks, "Need a ride, boy?" Question mark. That doesn't really work for us. We should change it to "Need a ride, girl." So then if we choose "I'll hop in, thanks for the help," we should go to story 2. So that story 2 is 0, 1, 2. So that's this one. So as you begin to drive. So let's see if that's what happens. So we'll say, "I'll hop in." And so then it says, as you begin to drive, the stranger starts talking about his relationship with his mother. So it looks like we're on the right story. He gets angrier and angrier by the minute. He asks you to open the glove box. Inside you find a bloody knife, 2 severed fingers, and a cassette tape of Elton John. He reaches for the glove box. And so then you have a choice of saying, "I love Elton John," and hand him the cassette tape. Or it's him or me. You take the knife and stab him. And so then let's choose. And so if we choose number 2, it's going to go to story number 4, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it'll be the end. So let's choose number 2. Oh, it looks like number 5 is going to do the same thing. So let's choose the second selection. And so then it says, as you smash through the guardrail and careen toward the jagged rocks, below you reflect on the dubious wisdom of stabbing someone while they are driving a car you are in. So then it's the end. And you see here what they're doing is if you choose either of these, you go back to the start. So we don't need this restart button anymore. So I'll choose the, and then see we start at the beginning again. And we can do some other questions like ask him if he's a murderer first. And then that should take us to 1. He nods slowly, unfazed by the question. If we say at least he's honest, I'll climb in. But we haven't tested 3 yet. So wait, I know how to change a tire. So we'll go here, and number 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. What? Such a cop-out. Did you know traffic accidents are the second leading cause of accidental death for most adult age groups? Anyway, So it looks like it works. So I think we just have to then go through and delete those, the functionality for the restart button that I added. So that's a matter of, let's see what we do here. We have to first, oh yeah, what do we do here? This is how we do it. We get rid of this piece, restart game, and restart button. And so then we know that those things don't exist anymore. See, you can tell it's not connected. So I should be able to just delete those. And then I have to delete the references to them. Getting some help here from the cautions. And so I think this is good, and let's try it again. Oh, and then I can delete this. I'll just delete it. And then let's see if it works. Still looks like it works. I'll hop in. Thanks for the help. Love Elton John, the end. And then it goes to the beginning again. Me, the end. So it looks like it's all working. So hope that was fun. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.